They are invincible, undeniable, and two-time Super Bowl champions. Welcome to the Indiana Chiefs Fan Podcast, where we talk about our favorite football team, the Kansas City Chiefs. I am Golden Jay, and with me, as always, is three. Count them three. That is 1, 2, and 3-time podcast favorite, Chico Noise. And, one-time podcast host. We call him the Chief, Phil Jordan. And setting in on the bell. The bell has been rung, and he is here. I refer to him as Vanilla Thunder, and you should too if you see him on the street. Juan Keel for 3. What's up, big dog?
I think he fell asleep like the Bears did.
Thanks for having me.
Well, it's time
to be here.
It's time to step into the ring, little brother.
I got you for 3 minutes.
Vanilla Thunder is here because he called me out on Monday's Call Guys episode, so that we can get this whole Matt Nagy thing, Chicago Bears thing, this Vanilla Thunder taking it the rock to the hole thing. What's up, buddy? I'm glad you can make it. Hang out with us here on the Indiana Chiefs Fans.
First time, long time. Listen to every episode. I enjoy your guys' content, even though I hate the Chiefs. And it's not necessarily like, it's more of a petty thing. I mean, I'm a Bears fan. I believe the Bears fans are probably the most pettiest fans of all the fan bases, maybe other than the Raiders, because they don't win either. So that's about the only two things we have in common.
Oh, that's hilarious.
The Raiders and the Bears is we don't win. So with that being said, I think you guys are doing great. Thanks for having me on here. I'm excited to be on here. I really thought we were going to talk about the Bears and the direction that they were going and where I would like to see them go for the rest of this season and the foreseeable future. But if you want to talk about that pissant of a coach that you have holding a clipboard for, I'm pretty sure the only thing he's holding are the donut selections for Andy Reid in the locker room and after the game. Okay,
it's not donuts. It's cheeseburgers. Get your facts straight.
He's the guy who goes to the donut shop and he goes and stands in the front and he says, "Ooh, I wonder which one I'm gonna get today," and he's rubbing his fingers through his mustache. Okay. And you know what? I hate him too. Why? Because he's good. That's why I hate him. So
you realize it's not the coaching staff.
Well, it sure is. It sure helps.
They're freaking cheap, man. They bring in cheap help, man.
Yeah, I know. You brought in Nagy again. What do you expect? Yeah, I know. we gotta pay. You gotta pay. Wonder Boy. They're what? $35 million for the next 9 years.
Who?
My homie.
Oh yeah. Well, he's worth it.
Well, I agree. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, you got. I'd pay him $50 million if it's all on the table.
So I was at the game. What was it? 2 years ago, 3 years ago, when we played the Bears at Soldier Field. I was at that game. Got my tickets for $1.25 for.
Not surprised.
$1.25, please.
No, for club level, mind you. And because they sucked, 4 years ago, and Mahomes scored that touchdown, and he came out the field and he's going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He goes, "What the hell?
Yeah,
you could have had Mahomes, man." I saw a guy in the stadium. I have a picture. I'll have to send it your way. He had a Bears jersey on the back and said Mahomes.
I mean, if we're going to get back down to the nitty gritty of this whole thing, is we're not going to necessarily blame Nagy and Pace, who Pace is our former general manager, who is now currently the general manager of the Atlanta Falcons, who currently at the start of the season, I don't know about now, but he held 34% of the Bears rosters from last season to Atlanta. So, if you want to know why Atlanta's not doing so well right now, let me tell you why.
I did not know that, to be honest.
It was
true.
crazy. It was like crazy. It was like 34 or 32%. It was some crazy thing, and I was just like,
Wow.
dude, no wonder I don't put a lot of luck.
Is that
in
even
Atlanta.
ethical?
You know, who cares?
No, you know what I mean.
It's Atlanta.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, it's Atlanta.
Yeah,
They'll find a way. They'll find a way to screw it up on their own.
I mean, hell, they had the dream team. You know, when Tony was there, Gonzalez. You know, I thought they were going to go to the Super
they had
Bowl.
the cheat code. I mean, they had the cheat code in Michael Vick and Tony.
Yeah,
and man, that was a fun team to watch.
Oh, I loved it. I mean, I thought every year they were going to go. You know, that 3-year span that they were really good and just.
Well, they did go.
Oh, that's right.
They had an amazing lead of what, 20,
yeah,
24, and then, 28 points.
The
28-3.
The owner, Art, what's his name? What's the owner?
Art Shell?
Yeah,
no,
he comes.
That was no. Art Shell was the coach.
Well, he comes down on the field after halftime, and I think he was a slep rock and ruined all the mojo because he came down, you know, a quarter and a half early to celebrate.
Is that Jerry Jones syndrome right there?
No, Jerry Jones.
He
Jerry Jones syndrome was what was it, 3 years ago when they did the season tickets? Gave them playoff tickets with their package, saying, "Yeah, we're going to playoffs."
Oh,
wow. Was that the year it was hosted in Dallas?
Yeah, and they didn't go to the playoffs, so I thought it was kind of funny. But that's some balls right there to say at the beginning of the season, "Hey, all you season ticket holders, we're giving you the playoff tickets already." You know, okay. Yeah.
Did he give them or did he sell them to them?
He sold them to them or say something to that effect. And
right on.
Yeah, they didn't even make it to playoffs. Again, this is my general knowledge. Like I said, not everything on here is
it's completely factual.
Yeah, it's just what I remember from you know, sports radio and stuff like that back then.
Well, let me clear up one important thing. I don't know that Matt Nagy is that great of a coach.
He's not.
I don't really have a lot with him. My problem is with the Bears. And you said it. The fans are so fickle, and they're so they're fickle, and they're passionate. They're definitely passionate. But the push to put Fields out there. I mean, you had Nick Foles at that time. Why not just let Nick teach him how to play?
Yeah.
And the coaching staff in the upper office succumbed to what the fans were chanting out the window. They wanted Fields on the field.
Yeah.
And that is nothing in my mind is nothing but bad mojo.
Yeah, well, he's getting on the job training.
Well, you let him sit back there behind a seasoned veteran and learn.
Yep, much like Mahomes, right?
Mahomes, that's exactly it. You know how much he learned from Alex Smith? Holy crap.
Yeah.
So I'll say this. The one thing I haven't seen from Mahomes is when Mahomes is rolling out and he puts it 5 yards into the third row. I haven't seen him do that. Alex Smith was a master of finding that player in the third row every single time on a rollout.
Yeah, but he can throw it behind his back and hit the crossbar with his offhand.
When he does it in a game, I'll be impressed.
No, did you see that video?
Yes, I saw that. Of course, I've seen it.
Who didn't see it? The world's seen it. Alex Smith was a protector of the ball. That was why he did things like that.
But here's my issue. Yeah.
The other thing with Alex Smith is I think he was a game manager, but I don't think he would have won the big games.
No,
correct.
It's kind of like in Marty ball for a quarterback. That's just my opinion. He's a great quarterback during the regular season. I think.
Yeah, when it comes to cashing checks and snapping necks, he's snapping his neck a lot when those games matter. Alex Smith in that case. But here's the problem with the Bears is that we haven't had a solid quarterback situation. And I'm not talking above and beyond like he's got to throw 40 touchdowns. I mean, I can make a case that Jay Cutler is the best quarterback the Bears have ever had. And
and
that's the saddest thing in the world.
Well, there's worse things in life.
You're not going to go with Jim McMahon?
I mean, he won that game. He was the quarterback for when we won. And
I know. I'm just messing.
Yeah, okay, I appreciate that. But the Bears fan base is so desperate for another Super Bowl and a playoff run that they want it's the same reason we rushed Mitch and we rushed Fields, is that we don't have a quarterback and a front office who is going to tell the season ticket holders in that fan base, hey, shut up. We're going to go through some learning curves, aka we're going to go through some 3 to 5 win seasons, and we are going to build up. He is going to wait, and we're going to go when that happens. And those first 2 or 3 years, we're not going to put a lot of weapons around him. We need our offensive line is god awful. I mean, we're playing the Giants, the Giants, and our line, I saw it. I probably saw it 4 or 5 times. We had an offensive lineman blocking nobody, while Fields has to scramble for his life and make a play. It's frustrating that, of course, I want the Bears to win. Of course, I'm a competitor at heart. I hate to lose. You ask anybody who knows me, I want to win. I want to win everything. I don't care what we're playing. I want to win. But the Bears need to lose for the sake of the program, so that way we can build through the draft and maybe sign some key free agents along the way. And then we have got to have new ownership come in and change the philosophy that is the Chicago Bears, where it is run first and play defense. I cannot stand that we hang our hat on those 2 things and facets every single game. Okay. We just held a team to 20 points. That's great. And we still lost.
Yeah.
That's the problem, is that who cares if you can hold a team to 20 points when you can't score 20 points? Our kicker, a kicker we signed on off the streets on Saturday, came in, kicked 4 field goals for our 12 points, and we just released him today.
Wait, who was that? Who was that?
Hopefully it wasn't Amendola.
Yeah, you're gonna want him. I can look it up real quick if you want.
What happened? Wait, what happened to Cairo
Santos?
Yeah,
They just said he was out for personal reasons.
Okay.
And they signed a kicker on Saturday. He comes in and he does. I mean, this kicker, we survived so far. It looks like we have found our kicker and Cairo Santos after the double doink of Cody Parker. The double doink curse is no longer on the Bears, so we have been cleansed from that sin. It is now looms in New Orleans, where the Saints, the city of sin, next to Las Vegas. It needs to come from the top, the very, very top.
Oh, I totally
agree.
The management.
Oh God, Virginia.
Until that's given over to somebody that can build the team right, you can talk all night.
That's it. We have to have ownership, because the ownership, it's obvious that they have told the coaching staff, they hire the GM who's it's defense first, and then you run the football.
Yeah.
I don't care who you got. It's those 2 things. And I love David Montgomery. I love Khalil Herbert. I think we've got some great running backs for the next couple of years signed under contract. Those are great and all, but it doesn't matter if we don't have some receivers for Fields and an offensive line to hold them.
Well, they got to do what the Chiefs did. They pretty much fired the entire offensive line last year. Went out and got a whole new line, except for, I think, one person. About halfway through the season, they gelled. Because we started off kind of rough, 3-4, I think it was, we said last week, something like that.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
But once that offensive line gelled, dude, we rolled. So I get your point.
And we just lost our most veteran offensive lineman that's been in the Bears organization. Yeah, Cody Whitehair is out for, I think they said, like 3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah, man.
And that's a big and Whitehair, I like Whitehair a lot, because every time there's a cheap shot on Fields, he's the first guy greeting that person who hit him on the field, saying, "Hey, sir, I don't like what you just did."
I'm sure those are the exact words he uses.
I'm sure they were exactly.
I'm not sure if that's verbatim or not, but
so I have to ask another question, just because I'm curious from a Bears fan.
Oh Lord.
No, this is a good one. If they move to Arlington, Is it a good move or a bad move, in your opinion?
I think it's a great move.
So do I. And the reason why is all the fan experience has gone from the stadium, meaning 15, 20 years ago, you can tailgate like we do at Arrowhead.
Yeah.
Now they got a spot, this big, one square left, and everyone else is in parking garages spread out all over the place, and you lose that camaraderie. I think they moved to Arlington. They get all that space. Everybody can be in the parking lot again. You get away from the crappy city.
You get away from the city of Chicago. Yes,
yeah,
I agree.
So I think it's a great move. I hope they fully pull the trigger on it.
I think, and honestly, I think they're reading tea leaves. I've evidently Virginia McClaskey, who is I believe she is the daughter of Mr. Hallis. She, from what I heard early in the season, she wasn't doing well. Obviously, we haven't heard, so I guess she must be feeling better. Good for her. But I think that they're kind of waiting on her to move on, so to speak.
Yeah, I got it.
And I
think the final field goal.
Whatever you want to say. I think they're trying to get ahead of that game, so when that time does come, they can bam, 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 and
Hoorah.
So I'm excited. They really need a new field. They need a new.
They already have
stadium.
fields.
Well, I said
knew that
field.
was coming.
I said field. There's no S. I said field.
Come on,
singular.
I had to throw it in there.
I think he's the dude. I'll be honest. I think he's a dude. I think he's got a lot of talent.
Yeah.
He just needs to learn and grow.
And you need offensive line.
Well, we need about 10 other players.
Well, I'm saying you can put Patrick Mahomes back there. You can put Brady. You can put whoever you want to think of, and they're going to be running for their life.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing that I hate the most about you Chiefs fans is that I wish that we would run wide receiver or tight end screens bunches like you run for Kelsey.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that you get the ball to your best players.
Speaking of good playmaking last night, how about that snap, that direct snap for a touchdown? I don't know.
I got my Noah Gray touchdown here on my list of things to talk about. I was just kind of hanging out because I got a bunch of stuff to talk about here.
No, but to his point, they don't have any creativity,
none whatsoever. I can tell you. Yeah.
Go ahead, Colton. Sorry.
No, I'm telling you, that's the same. It's up the middle pass punt every time with this freaking Bears team. And I'm tired of the predictability of them. They have got, I just don't understand what is going on. It seems like every freaking coach we bring in, it's the same dang philosophy.
Yeah.
And it's just frustrating. It's like, how do you not see the team like the Chiefs, the Bills, the Rams, at least, look at how they are winning games and look at what they are doing. And how do you not say to yourself in the offseason, hey, think we should try some of that?
Well, we know it's a copycat league, do what wins.
Well, I can tell you what the Bears are doing.
They're playing 1980s football.
Oh, yeah, they still, and oh gosh.
Do you suppose that when they go ahead, Gunner?
They're in there drawing plays up with crayons and coloring books.
I think the projector screen with slides that they got to slide in and out. You go click, click, click.
I think that when they hire a coach, that they they have a template that they hand to him and say, "This is how you run the team."
Oh my God!
Since 1985.
That's what they said. Like, hey, I don't know if you know this, but we're Super Bowl champions. I would reply with that one as saying, I don't think there's anybody alive on the football team who was alive for that. Even though that's a lie, but even alive for that Super Bowl.
Welcome to Chicago. Here's your employee handbook. It has all the plays you must run.
Yep. Don't run anything else. Don't come up with nothing.
And you will know how to do the Super Bowl shuffle.
Oh my God.
Okay. That's enough Bears talk.
Right.
He quit it himself.
Let's digress because I could spend the next hour and a half screaming about why I hate the Bears.
So Jeremy,
the new spinoff is the Indiana Bears fans.
Oh my gosh, I like it.
It'd be a one-person show with
I'm sure you can find more disgruntled Bears fans out there that would be happy to come in and just rip them to shreds.
Yeah, but I did get the large beer out for the can of whoop ass yesterday.
Big can of whoop ass.
Yeah, well, this is a 16 ouncer.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that real quick, because I truly believe in my heart that Andy Reid has been listening to the Indiana Chiefs fans podcast. And why? And I say this because I'm watching the game last night and I look at Bobby and I say, that's exactly what I told him to do last week. This is exactly what I told them they need to do. The slant routes, where you need to go 8 yards at a time. We need to get us in there. I think Andy is listening. So, Andy, listen real closely. I'm looking right at the camera. I'm talking to you, Andy Reid, my friend, my hero. I believe in you. If you listen to Indiana Chiefs fans on the game Monday night, on the back of your card that you hold up, just write ICF for Indiana Chiefs fans, and we'll all know that you are a listener.
And
you guys would fucking shit if you held that card up and it says ICF on it. You'd be like, fucking Andy Reid is the shit. Yep, he listened.
I love it.
God, tweet us out or something, man. Come on.
Yeah, no shit.
Well, I don't want him to. I don't want the world to know. I don't want him to tell the world that he's been getting his coaching advice from 3 idiots from the state of Indiana.
In the jackass of Indiana.
It's better than anything that's going on in Cleveland, because I know they're getting their information from that homeless dude.
Listen, the homeless guy's there, but I heard he got the fire out.
Yes, the dumpster fire's out.
The dumpster fire is out. I'm just kidding. It's still burning as bright as ever.
What did he go up to Lake Erie and get some water and did he pee on it?
No, I heard he was migrating to Chicago. They got all the free benefits, and he can cheer for another losing team. So
Union Station does have a free housing.
Actually, it's called Urination Station. And as soon as you open the door in the wintertime, that's all you smell.
Where do you think Billy Joel got the inspiration from? From We Didn't Start the Fire.
Yeah, it was Cleveland. Yeah,
Cleveland.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Vanilla Thunder started that whole dumpster fire in Cleveland thing on the call, guys. And
I like it.
We've kind of adapted it and just kind of kept running with it.
Did you see the picture of him, Colton? I showed the picture of him a couple weeks back.
I think I did see it.
Yeah.
Kansas City took a whoop ass to Tampa Bay, which what did you guys say? We're 3 and Phil, did you tell me we're 3-3? Mahomes against Brady is 3-3 wins.
Yeah. So they're even.
It seems like we're always losing to them, but yeah, I go 3-3. We're tied at 50. And I don't think that by any means do I really truly believe that Tom Brady's about to retire. I don't think that's going to happen. I can go with 50-50 on that deal with a dueling match.
That bet.
Yeah. You think he's done?
Yeah.
I think he's done also.
I'll take that bet for a beer. You guys are gonna owe me like a case by the end of all these.
Didn't I give you a beer the other day? Had a Chiefs logo on it.
I didn't drink it though.
Once again, last night's game. Well, this comes out Thursday. It was last night as we record this. I do believe that the officiating in that game was atrocious. I think there is some calls that I just did not believe in. Yeah, well, and that's a fan view. Colton's got his arms raised. And
I hate winning. I hate winning is what I I gotta find something. Yeah. I hate winning.
I do need to ask Tom Brady if his shoulder's okay though.
He said today, yes.
Oh, yeah, I saw that, man. Oh.
So we happened to be driving back from the campground, and I had it on Sirius XM, and I guess he has a show every Monday at 6:30 Eastern or whatever. And yeah, he came on and said, yeah, it gave him a little bit of a stinger, but his personal medical person, does a massage, gets the shoulder loose, and that allows the joint to heal. take that as you will.
Well, does that mean? So are you implying that he's the one who works out his shoulder like that, or somebody does it for him?
Someone does it for him.
Oh, I figured he would do better with
no,
more hands-on things.
Yeah. and I might add, because I talked to Jeremy as I listened to about 20 minutes of the show, and then he started talking about himself, and I turned it off. But he was asked a question, and he said, "What do you think when you're watching Patrick Mahomes? Are you like intrigued? He basically, in the short answer, said, yeah." He's like, the stuff Patrick Mahomes does is unbelievable, and I'm amazed that he can do it. And he's like, I don't have that in my wheelhouse. I never will. So he gave him his kudos, that he's a good quarterback, unconventional but smart. So I give Tom Brady a little credit there for seeing his talent, and he mentioned others too. Lamar Jackson and Herbert. So he talked about some others. So I give him credit for that.
Josh Allen. He mentioned Josh Allen.
Yes.
You know who he didn't fucking mention? Joe Burrow, because he sucks. Joe Burrow is a one-trick pony and will not be the next elite quarterback in the NFL.
Jeremy,
he can go pout in the corner. Vegas makes the call. Yeah, I know.
And if you don't believe that, go to Netflix and watch a couple of those shows.
So let's talk about the running game last night. You guys want to talk about that a little bit? We've been
Pacheco looked great.
He did.
Electric. Yeah, he looked amazing, man. Those wheels were turning.
Yeah.
Did you hear Coach Reed today by chance talking about Pacheco?
I did not.
So he said when in the beginning of the season, preseason, all he did was run forward as fast as he could. Get a yard or two. He said over the past 2 or 3 games, he's starting to get it. He's starting to read the defenses. He's starting to know how to hit the hole, and pieces are coming together, and that's why you saw more Pacheco last night. Paraphrasing here, but that's what.
No, it makes sense because if you watch the first couple of games, and he only took maybe a dozen snaps in those first few games, he ran right into the middle of the line and 1-2 yards maybe at the most. Yeah. And then last night watching him, he's slowed down a little bit, looked for his holes, and boom, he was gone. I mean, he was still getting players on him, but he was also digging through, and
he was hitting.
Yeah. And Allaire, man, you know what? Going into the season, I never was a huge Allaire fan. It ain't because I didn't think he was a good running back. It was because of all the time he spent hurt, with that walk-in syndrome and all that stuff. But man, Allaire's tearing it up right now. He is, ball security. I love this. It kind of looks funny as you're running and he's kind of grabbing and he's got that ball all like this, but I love it that he's securing that thing, man. He does not want to cough that thing up. And he's just making some big runs.
Yeah, he did quite a few chunk plays for sure. The one I'm not happy with, who was it? Number 1, McKinnon. Yeah. I don't know why they keep. I mean, to me,
he's the third down. He's a third down back. It's a short yardage thing in my mind. He's just good for that 1 or 2 yards.
But even on the 2 or 3 tries that I don't think he got in the end zone on any of those tries. I think he's not the guy for short yardage.
Right.
I think he's a better option at a play action catch.
Why?
Out of the backfield.
Where is Rojo? Rojo's on IR or on the bench for some apparent reason at this point. He's been inactive for all the games coming in.
Good point.
And I don't know why. That was why I thought we kept him as our third down back. I thought that's why he was there. Why we kept him around.
That I think so, but I'm just saying out loud. I'm not a fan of McKinnon in there at all.
McKinnon's great in the coming out of the backfield and doing those slant routes and taking those yards. Yeah, he's good catching the ball for sure.
Getting the pass 100%, but running the ball up the middle. Yep. I mean, I don't know if he's just not stout enough. He's not built that. I mean, he doesn't look like he's made for that.
Right.
but I haven't seen him in person. He'll probably kick my ass.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
well, Andy Reid does watch the show, so maybe he'll see McKenna and be like, "Hey, you watch this."
What was that commercial last year where the guy's like, "Here, hold the football. You're getting paid, right? You're getting paid to get tackled by this guy, this big linebacker."
Yeah.
I can't remember who that would be. Me if he was standing in front of me.
I don't know, man. I would dare to video that. I think that'd be a good time.
Yeah. Take one for the team.
Take one for the team.
That's my 2 cents. What do you guys think, Gunner?
We did 189 yard in rushing in yesterday's game.
You know what Tampa did? Rushing?
Yes.
How many?
3. 3 yards rushing.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
It is. It is, because at one point they were -3.
Yes, and I thought that I'd be honest, I thought that's how the game ended, with them -3, but somehow they managed to gain 6 yards rushing somewhere.
Did Tom run for a couple yards, did he?
No. And Tom in his podcast, or not podcast, on XM radio, said, yeah, we can't be one dimensional, but when you're down by 21 points, you have no ball. Yeah. But to keep the defense honest, yeah, you got to throw the ball, but you still got to run it a little bit, or they're just going to be on your ass.
Right. Well, and Tampa Bay's got issues. I mean, there's no doubt, but I think they'll get it put together. I think they'll figure it out, and Tom Brady's pretty fucking great. So
yeah.
I mean.
No, he's a great quarterback, but you got to have everything around. I mean, he's got great receivers in my opinion. So
if they can keep Godwin healthy.
Yeah, we hit him in the back yesterday, didn't we?
We got him good.
But yeah, I'll be happy to, that they turn it around, they come to Arrowhead and lose. So I'm more than happy to watch that.
Oh, any day. I do have one comment about the guys who fucking what do they call it? Chris Collins. Let's just get to it. I can't even think of what you call it. It's like an episode of the Call Guys. What was the announcers? The announcer
commentators.
Chris Collinsworth and
I don't know who was. I don't even know who's with. Who is it?
Chris Collinsworth, and I can't remember the other guy.
Isn't it Al Michaels?
No, Al's doing the Thursday night Amazon thing.
I know it's Chris, but I don't know the other guy.
Yeah. I just want to know, and I have a question, and I'll look at the camera and I'll ask, because I know Chris Collinsworth watches this podcast. Do you cup both of Brady's balls, or is it just one hand? I'm just curious, because the love that you keep sending and how just going on and on about how great he is, I just don't understand. Is it both butt cheeks or both balls that you hands and ball? I don't even know. Fucking hate Chris Collinsworth.
Yeah,
that drives me nuts.
There's a lot of bias in the media. Kansas City being, small town team. We're kicking ass, but you think we have losing records every year?
Oh my God! The way
that some of these analysts and announcers talk about us.
And I've talked about that for weeks now. It's okay. We don't want to be number one. We don't have to be number one. You just keep underestimating what the Chiefs can do, and we'll keep enjoying watching them win most of the time until we play the fucking Colts and we hit that Colts curse. And I need the blood of a Guinness drinking redhead to break this curse. Wait, is he reaching for a Guinness?
Oh my gosh.
There it is. I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Surprised he's not drinking that thing.
Can we get your hair colored red?
No, it is red.
Oh, is it?
Oh yeah.
You really can't see it.
No, it doesn't really come through, but yeah, he's a redhead.
Yeah,
that's where that comment come from. I knew what I was saying when I said it.
Comes from.
Okay.
I mean, you want me? I can crack this and chug it real quick if you want me to.
Hey man, whatever makes your day, you don't have to do it for me.
I'm worried about you.
But yeah, I mean, last night's game was great, man. I enjoyed it. I was relaxed for most of it. That call for pass interference in the end zone or whatever was or unsportsmanlike conduct, whichever it was. I can't remember now, but I mean, he didn't hit him illegally. I didn't think he took him.
Oh, that one. I know what you're talking about. He hit him in the shoulder pads.
Yeah.
That's not neck and head area.
Yeah.
So that is allowed. It is if you get him in the head or neck area, it's not. Which it was a bad call.
Yeah, and of course, we can't rule out Tom Brady in the pocket throwing in the middle of the field when there's nobody there.
Yeah,
while he's being rushed.
Yeah, there's no intentional grounding called.
Yeah, that would be.
Yeah. I was like, what the fudge, man?
Oh yeah. It wasn't what the fudge coming out of my mouth.
No, I know. Because I looked at Karen. I remember that exactly. I looked at Karen. I'm like, where's the intentional grounding? I was waiting for it. Never showed up.
Never showed up.
That's because Tom Brady. That's why.
I guess his check cleared for the week.
It did. Obviously, it definitely cleared. So,
but you know what was cool about it? It didn't make a fucking difference.
We
still spanked them.
Yeah, we never relinquished the lead in that game whatsoever.
Yeah, and I thought it was pretty cool. I think it was at the end of the first half or first quarter or something. They popped up that stat that said that Mahomes passed to 6 or 7 different receivers in the first half.
Right.
I mean, that's what you gotta do. Dink, dunk, go for the long one. I mean, I was happy to see Juju and MVS both get long passes. I mean, 20 plus yards this week because of the dink and doink.
Well, MVS had that nice little 40 grab that was just it was amazing. I mean,
36.
36.
Well, who's counting?
I mean, the ESPN.
They're letting us know how it goes.
But I'm being honest, you get those little 5-10 yard passes and it opens up, the longer pass.
It does.
So I like it. Just like you said last week, that's what we got to do more of. That's what we're built for right now. We're not built to, throw to Tyreek every, a Tyreek ball, once every other series,
Like I said, man, I've been saying it for the last couple of years. We don't need to throw 50, 60 yards every damn play. And we needed to get back to this. And I'm happy. I'm happy Tyreek's not there no more.
Yeah. Although, what was that? Hartman that was wide open on that one throw that he went to the left. I mean, I was like, Mahomes didn't see him, obviously, but
yeah, well,
trade him, get rid of it. Get rid of him. Worthless.
Yeah. you want him in Chicago? We're ready to trade.
Yeah. Jeez. Fine.
Yeah. Well, it's nice to know that Patrick Mahomes is not perfect. Every so often he might miss one.
Yeah, but the alley-oop, man. Come on.
That was awesome.
Dude, I thought I'd seen a lot out of Patrick, but the alley-oop was awesome. I'll be honest.
Alley-oop was great. I was afraid there. I was watching very closely as he was running up there to make sure, obviously they're not they're not full, what is it?
Over the line.
Yeah. They're not official. Those are not official lines, but I was definitely watching when he was going and he didn't go over the line and it was like, all right.
There for a second, I thought he was going to try to rush it in, until he did the whoop. Here you go.
I don't think he'd have made it in there. I think that he had 2 guys right in front of him, but I think he knew he was destined to not. He was just going to get smoked.
What was that other play where he dodged 3 people on one pass play? 2 went. Well, 1 went right past him, and then he stepped up, and 2 went behind him, and he just and he goes whoop and throws the ball sidearm.
Yep.
I was like, just amazing.
As a Bears fan, does that hurt to watch that?
Fields can throw it sidearmed.
Knowing that you could have had him about 3 picks earlier.
Fields can do it, but he's throwing it out of bounds, so he doesn't get hit.
Well, no, he throws it, but we just don't catch it. I'm glad that the young man is performing well. Because the lie I tell myself is that we would have broken him by now.
Oh, that's probably pretty true. Yeah.
Did you watch the game last night, Colton?
I watched the first half.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was actually on the phone with him right before it.
Yeah. The innovation of how you guys run your offense is fun to watch. Obviously, I wish there was another franchise in this league that would adopt that, just mirror it some way, shape, or form. I'd be happy. start somewhere. But I enjoy watching Tom Brady. I don't have a problem with him. I like him mostly because he sticks it to every Colts fan, and I have a disdain for the Colts. So I really love it.
That's a beautiful thing.
So when I think when Brady is on and he looks good, I think they had that one touchdown. I think it was after you guys call it the alley-oop. Brady marched down the field and scored a touchdown.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, okay, this is the shootout that I was looking for.
Mm-hmm.
And didn't quite get it, but it was still mostly a fun game to watch. And I think it just comes from how the Chiefs run their offense. And you guys are adequate enough on defense that it doesn't matter. I mean, not too many. You just need your defense to get 3 to 4 stops a game. Yeah. I mean, hell, we had 9 plays and no first downs. You know what we call that? We call that Sunday.
Oh shit! So interesting stat. Because I like betting on games, and with the Chiefs, I do not bet against the line. I'll take the over or the under. Right?
Fair, yeah.
So the over was 47, and all analysts are like, "Oh, this could be low scoring. Defense this, defense that." I'm like, hold on. You got Tom Brady and you got Patrick Mahomes. Do you think it's going to be 47 points? I was so happy. I mean, obviously, because I won my money, but I mean, that was how many points? 70 some odd points, something like that.
Sounds
72.
Right.
72. It was 41-31.
Yeah, so it was kind of I was laughing. I was like, all you suckers are listening to these analysts giving you advice who they're getting paid off by Vegas probably, to take the under. So I just thought it was another little factoid that I learned yesterday. Maybe these analysts are getting paid is all I'm saying.
They're getting something.
Yeah.
They just keep underestimating you guys. It's okay.
But
just keep underestimating.
The Colton's point, you've heard me say, I want a 15 to 17 ranked defense. I'll take that all year. I'll take a middle road defense versus in the 30s or high, we've been like 28 to 30, whatever, 2 or whatever for a long time. So I want us to be a 15 to 17 rated defense.
If for to sacrifice a top 5 offense, I have to take a subpar 15 ranked defense. I'd be okay with that.
That's what I said at the beginning of the season, that, if we're ranked right in the middle as a defense, I'm happy with it.
Well, and it's kind of funny because you would have thought with Matt Nagy coming out of Kansas City and coming from the Andy Reid tree, he would have adapted that in Chicago.
Handcuffs, baby. Yeah. You can't do this, and you don't have the players, and you don't have the line.
You can build it, though. I mean, that's the thing.
Tell me how you build Patrick Mahomes right now. Tell me how you build him. Tell me how you build him.
You sit down with your rookie quarterback and you watch film on him and then attempt to make that happen. It ain't going to be perfect.
Nagy, who wasn't even a part of some quarterback meetings for Mitchell Trubisky, that guy couldn't do shit. And
his headphones are Gunner's leaving. He's like, I'm out. I'm just saying.
So on so many levels, Nagy was not the right guy to be teaching a guy like Mitchell Trubisky how to play quarterback. The only reason he got that job is because of Patrick Mahomes. And I'll be honest, Patrick Mahomes, I don't know how much more, I don't know what kind of coaching he needs or what he needs critiqued or tweaked on. But he's pretty much, he is what he is. He doesn't need much more. Mitchell Trubisky needs to be molded. He played 10 games at North Carolina as a starter. Maybe 12. I don't know. It wasn't a whole lot. But that guy, Mitchell, needed to be nurtured. He needed to be taught. He needed to be groomed. But he got thrusted into the limelight there in Chicago because he was told to. And the worst thing, and I stand by this, the worst thing that ever happened to him was in his second year. He took those guys to the playoffs and he won. And they went like 14-5 or something, or 14 and I don't know. They won a bunch of games. Nagy won Coach of the Year. And that was the double doink. That was the double doink year. But that was the worst. Right. That was the worst thing for him because after that, it's like Nagy said, you've got the rest figured out.
Yeah.
Now we're just going to do what I want to do, and we're not going to cater to what we have on the field. I am going to cater to what my playbook says, not to what the players I have and what they can do to their abilities. And that's the thing that pisses me off about Nagy, is that he coached like he was coaching the Kansas City Chiefs and the weapons that they have, not that he was coaching the Chicago Bears
based on their talent,
based on the Chicago Bears talents and levels. And I'm not saying, I mean, we had Allen Robinson. I thought he was great. I would love to see Robinson back in the Bears uniform with Justin Fields as our number one.
Where is
Allen, he's with he's piddly dinking around with the Rams now. He barely gets any targets or throws there. I mean, hell, if he would have stayed with the Bears, he would have at least been getting the football more often. And Travis Kelce is okay. Let's face it. Is he going to be? When he's all said and done, is he going to be a top 3 all-time tight end?
I think so.
I think so too.
I mean, his
numbers just keep going up.
Yeah, everyone talks about Gronk, but guess what? He
surpassed Gronk. Yeah, he passed Gronk last night.
In Super Bowl rings?
No. Well, no.
You take Gronk's rings and put them in a box, and then you take Kelsey's rings and you put them in a box.
So the one thing he might have him on, but we don't know, we'll see, is Super Bowl rings. But every other stat, he's going to blow out of the box. I mean, he's had 5 or 4 1,000-yard season record, by the way.
Yeah.
He's working on his 5th 1,000-yard season, which would be awesome.
I thought he was working on his 6th.
I can't remember. That's why I said it's either.
I think it's 4th. I think it's a 6th. And I'm not bashing Kelce. No, but those offenses with the Patriots was completely different compared to what this Kansas City Chiefs offense is and how it's ran. But that's a whole nother story. It's just.
And I
you gotta have the dudes, and if you don't have the dudes, you have to play to those dudes' strengths.
Right.
Because I can't tell Gunner, go out there and touch the rim, because I know he can't touch 10 foot. But I'm gonna get mad at him when he doesn't touch foot. I'm gonna get mad at him.
If he brings a ladder, he can do it.
I'll find a way.
He's got a vertical leap of 6 inches or so.
But okay, so I totally understand exactly what you're saying. But couldn't you take some of what you did and what you learned from Andy Reid and adjust it and try to make Chicago a better team? I guess that's what I'm saying. I understand what you're saying. You don't have Patrick Mahomes. You don't have Travis Kelce. You don't have Sammy Watkins.
Oh no, we've got Sammy Watkinses. You just don't know it. We've got Sammy Watkinses. Okay, we've got those dudes. Here's what I'll say. I think it's fair to say that almost anywhere Reid has been a head coach, it's always been, I don't want to call it an air raid offense, but it's been it's pass first offense.
So it's an air read. It's an air read offense.
There we go. There we go. Market that.
Copyright
that.
Yeah, trademark.
Copyright that. You're welcome.
Which, by the way, I might add, Andy Reid also tied a record, I think, or second, winning 50 or 60 games with 3 different teams or something goofy like that.
Yeah.
I saw that pop up last night. I think Don, who was the one that's he's tied with? I can't remember who it was.
I can't think. I didn't see that come up.
I want to say it was Don Shula, but I don't remember. But anyway, I thought I'd throw that out there as a good shout. That he's.
Well, let's switch gears here a little bit and let's talk about the giant elephant last night that I think everybody should be talking about.
Matthew Wright.
Matthew Wright is something I do want to talk about, but I want to talk about the Andy Reid State Farm commercial.
Oh my gosh! Come on, what is he doing with his life?
Is
he trying to get that? Is he hurting for money too?
No, dude, he had a blast. I mean, come on.
I'm drawing mustaches.
It was pretty funny. That was hilarious.
I saw it on the car ride home from Spring Mill, and I was like, "You guys got to watch this Andy Reid and State Farm commercial. It's hilarious."
Oh, my God.
Quarterback's got to give his coach some props, man.
Sounds like he's hurting for money.
No,
sounds like he's getting ready for a trial for his son.
Let's
not talk about that. Let's not talk about that.
Actually, I keep forgetting about that.
Hey, his son's
honestly believe
issues are his actions, not Andy
That's
Reid's.
true.
I believe that was a big point of why we lost that Super Bowl. Is the distraction of all that.
On a bright note, if you don't know it, Colton, the Chiefs organization's still paying for that. The girl, I think, all of our medical bills for life.
That's good.
The Chiefs organization, not Andy Reid or his son.
Yeah.
I mean, it happened off the property, but they're still like, you know what? One of our coaches hit you. We're gonna take care of you. So I don't know if you read that, but yeah.
But yeah, Matthew Wright come in last night, way better than Matt Amendola did when he was on his 10-minute
Hoorah.
trial with the Chiefs. Matt did a great job of putting it right down the middle. I don't think we could have argued.
Yeah, was it
2
field goals and every extra point, something like that?
Yep. Yeah, everything looked great for him. So he's a nice stand-in. Hopefully, Buck Curl could be back soon. I haven't heard really what's going on with that. I really kind of thought he'd be back by now, but maybe that ankle was more serious than they let on.
Well, I was ready to
Bagley.
Yeah, I was ready to send Gunner down there to kick.
Michael Bagley.
I'd do it.
He's the kicker that we just released who scored all 12 of our points this past week.
Why wouldn't they put him on the practice squad or something?
It's Chicago. That sounds too practical.
Okay. They got Cairo. He's coming back. It was just a family emergency. He's
my favorite kicker of all time. So
Cairo.
Yeah.
Santos.
Yeah, the Emperor hates when I say that.
You hold a passion against Matt Nagy. That's how I feel about Cairo Santos.
And see, I was a big suck up
because we released Ryan Suckup because Santos was a cheaper kicker.
Oh, that dude! I forgot all about that.
I was a huge Suckup fan. I thought because we drafted him, he was Mr. Irrelevant.
Yep.
And he come in and was on the money. And, even last night when he's kicking for Tampa Bay, I might have been rooting for Ryan Suckup a little bit, being like, don't miss it, bro. Come on. You got it. You got it. I'm a big fan of him.
I totally forgot about that. Shit.
Yeah. So, mine's Ryan Suckup. I hate Santos because he pretty much stole my man's job because he was less money. And he wasn't as good of a kicker,
That's
he's a Brazilian soccer player. What do you?
Yeah. But in all fairness, he seems to be having some pretty significant luck in Chicago. He seems to be doing quite well up there. So
he really has been the eraser of the double doink curse.
Right.
He's been fantastic.
Well, they like him because that's how they're getting their field goals.
Correct. That's the only way we score. He's been the Bears' leading scorer the last 2 seasons, I bet you.
That would be a good Google.
It would be. Who's got that? Who wants to Google that?
I just don't want to get angry.
All right, I'll Google it. Because Chico, you got some things to say. What do you got going on in that brain?
You guys have covered everything I wanted to say. I want to talk about Wright and him hitting every field goal, and getting Amendola out of there was the best move we've made this season, to be honest. I think that was whatever. I don't know why they didn't just drop him after that first game we had him in there. Patrick Mahomes looked awesome. Did some crazy stuff as normal. I did call that little underhand shuffle pass for the I don't think we scored that play, but I looked at Sarah and said, underhand shuffle pass right here. We're on like the 3-yard line. There it was. Man, I don't know. Run game looked good. Defense looked good. Offense looked good. Fun game to watch.
Or fall asleep too.
Yeah. It was like the end of the fourth quarter. So.
I'm just messing with you, Gunner. We've all done it.
Yep. I look over and Sarah's out, and I was like,
yep. And you know why you can fall asleep? Because you knew we had the game won.
Yeah, it was pretty much over when I fell asleep. So
see, I take naps during the Bears games in hopes of it changing when I wake up.
All Google's going to give me is Chicago's all-time leading scorer. Do you know who that is?
Chicago's?
Yeah.
All-time leading scorer?
Yep. Who is the Chicago Bears leading scorer?
I would
all time.
My heart tells me Sweetness or Gale, but I'm probably going to go with Cutler.
Got to go with Robbie Gould.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
He made a ton of field goals for us.
Yes, he did.
Which, your new kicker's doing the same thing.
Yep. So
hey, we got that going for us.
So let's move on. This weekend, or actually this coming Monday, Kansas City back in Arrowhead hosting the Las Vegas Raiders.
The Raiders.
All right, Chief, give me just a quick brief. How do you think this game's going to unfold?
How many beers are you going to drink at the game?
He's going to have his Bloody Mary because that is a tradition.
Yeah, it is a tradition. Number one, I want to say this will be your first game as a season ticket holder.
Yes, it will. Boom.
With Bobby. So, cheers.
Cheers. I'm drinking water, but cheers.
Yeah, cheers anyway. Really happy to have you guys come down. Again, being season ticket holders with you and Gunner and Sarah and Bobby. So really excited, just to hang out with you guys also.
Oh, it's gonna be fun. It'd be a good few days.
But how do I think the game's gonna unfold? Dude, the Raiders are gonna get toasted. I if they score more than 17 points, I'll be amazed, just based on how they're playing right now. I mean, they're playing like dumps. I mean, maybe we need to get the Cleveland guy. Maybe he went to Vegas.
Yeah, they could be.
They look a mess, man. But I will say, every single team that we play, they play us like it's their Super Bowl.
Yep.
I mean, this is their time to take a shot. I don't think they're going to get it at home. I'm still pissed off when they took 2 laps around Arrowhead Stadium for, the year. I think we went to the Super Bowl.
Yep.
During the COVID years. And, I'm still pissed about that. Normally the bus just gets out and leaves, but, they had a sucky season that season, but, they beat us. So they're like, we're the champions. We beat the champs. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to be a close game at all.
Chico?
I'll just second what Chief says. I mean, I don't think it's going to be close. I think that it's going to be I don't think it's going to be a shutout, but I think they're going to be, I don't know, I'll just give my score 31-10 Chiefs. I think it's going to be low scoring for the Raiders. I think we're going to hold them on D the whole time, 3 and outs. And Patrick's just going to slam it down their throats.
Oh, yeah, I did forget to say the score. My bad. I'm going 41-17.
All right, Vanilla Thunder. I know you're not a Chiefs fan, but
give about the Bears. What Bears? How are they going to do this?
Well, we play divisional team in the Vikings, so that's probably going to be a loss.
Yeah, sorry about that.
The Vikings are looking pretty good, actually.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yes, I remember that too. It's not like we're going to pass enough to even be relevant in the game. But let's stick with your Chiefs. Raiders.
At least you're going to get a field goal.
Hey, I'm going to get at least 3. Okay?
That's right. They'll get 9 points.
Yeah, you might get 3 touchdowns in the first half, but I'm going to get at least 3 field goals through the whole game.
So the first 4 quarters.
The first 4 quarters, I'm telling you, Santos will be punting those things through that stadium.
You almost made me spit out my beer.
I think we'll stick with your game. I agree. I think the Raiders are. I mean, I felt like the guy from Cleveland started in Cleveland with all of his money. He went to Vegas, blew it all on the Raiders, and somehow wallowed his way back to Cleveland, to the Cleveland steps there. They are bad. My real question is there a facet of the game, running, passing, defensive stats, like that the Raiders are going to win for this game? Like, are the Raiders going to have more rushing yards than the Chiefs? Are they going to have more passing yards? Who's going to have more total yards? Like, I just don't see this. I see this just being a bloodbath. And I'll be surprised if Mahomes plays more than one drive in the fourth quarter. I think it's going to be like close to like 38-7. Like, I think it's just going to be that bad because your boy George Karlaftis. Good.
I call him Furious George.
I
Makes
said it right.
Easier. You did, Gunner. George Karlaftis.
And Pikachu.
Pachinko. So the thing about those two guys is they're both Big Ten guys. I watch college football because I'm an Indiana Hoosier fan, and they are just, that's a whole nother story. But yeah, I know those guys' names because I've seen them play the last 3 to 4 years. So when you guys are up there butchering them, and I'm just like, God. Now it's just more for the joke, so I get that. But yeah, anywho, I don't see it going well at all Monday night. So Jeremy and Bobby, enjoy that time, enjoy the atmosphere. That'll be just something to like just take in that atmosphere and just enjoy the moment of being out there for not just a Raiders game, but for a Monday night game, but most importantly for a Chiefs game, for a team that you both truly, truly love. And that is a very special moment. So I'm excited for you guys to have that.
Yeah. Mom, Dad, Phil, Karen, take your earplugs, and I hope they don't run out of fireworks. So,
so I will say, the first home game, San Diego Charger game, Colton.
Yeah.
So Arrowhead's loud. I know you've never been there. We set the record 142.2 decibels. That game against the Chargers, I walked in because club level is kind of everything's closed off, so you can't hear the noise. I walked in 7 minutes before the game started. Dude, I walked back out and I was like, oh shit, it's on.
Oh,
this
nice.
Crowd is loud. I mean, they were basically in playoff mode for that game. When the game started, I couldn't hear anything. I mean, you can hear everybody chanting, doing your thing. When Karen and I went to the car, once again, we could not hear temporarily. And we're in the middle of the stadium. But yeah, I expect that crowd to be that loud again against a division rival and another night game. I look forward to it.
Nice.
What you got, Emperor?
I am a true believer in the fact that when the Raiders come to Kansas City, they play with a different kind of fire. I think that the fact that they're not having a good season. They did win this last weekend. Is that correct?
They did.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They beat the Broncos.
That's right. That's right.
And I think that one.
You did?
Yep.
Oh, right on. I think that when they come into Kansas City, they play with a whole different mindset, and I believe we'll win. Don't get me wrong, but I think it's probably going to be a lot closer than what we think, because not only is they're coming in, but they're coming in on prime time. They're coming in on a Monday night. They're going to be really fired up. I think if Carr can get to Devontae Adams, depending on who's covering, I think if Snead's covering, I think there'll be a little bit better chance. Watson had a rough day in a couple of those plays yesterday. I'm not dissing on him. I think he's a great rookie corner, and I think he's still got a lot of growing to do. I just think it's going to be a little bit closer. So I think I don't know, 37-28 maybe. I don't know. It depends on what it gets down to. I'm gonna say we're gonna win by more than 10, but. Or at least 9. What was that, 9?
That was 9.
Yeah. Hey, you, Al Gore, with your fuzzy math.
Yeah, there you go. Everything in my mind is fuzzy these days, but I think they're going to play a lot tougher, and I think it's going to be a lot closer than kind of what the Raiders' standard play has been. So, but I look forward to being in there, man. There ain't nothing like Arrowhead on a Monday night. Been there with Phil and Karen. Was that last year, the Giants game, and man, Arrowhead on a Monday night, there ain't nothing like it in the world. It's pretty great. So
I would say Arrowhead on any night game, or that's probably true for every single team though. A night game.
Oh yeah.
A night game versus a noon game on the amplification of just anxiety, and it's just so much louder.
You're waiting all day and
drinking all day.
Yep.
I will tell you one last thing, Colton. I'm going to count how many Raiders fans I see being arrested or escorted out.
I'd just bring a notepad and
It happens every single year, man. This is the one game, and we're friendly with all fans. I'm even friendly with some Raiders fans, before the game. But man, some of their fans that come to these games are real a-holes. There's good ones too, but it just seems to be more a-holes than normal people. Maybe it's the alcohol, maybe it's I don't know. But I'm gonna count how many get arrested.
As you should.
And I'll post what I see, on the next podcast. Last year, was it last year? Yeah. We saw one guy we were outside because we smoke, and we're outside, and they have a Raiders guy. I mean, he's almost stripped down naked because he's trying to get away from him. They finally tackled him right in front of us. And I'm like, oh, did you see that, hun? That was awesome.
What a small peepee?
I say he was naked. What were you looking at?
No, they got him with his jeans half down, no shirt on. And I think we were out there about another third quarter, another 3 of them getting taken out in handcuffs. I mean, it's just, if you want to have fun at a game, have fun, right? I don't care what you're a fan of, draw the line. I've seen these games get really ugly in the stands. I've warned Jeremy about it already. And Karen and I got pelted with a bottle once, at a Raiders game when we had the tickets down on field level. She got hit in the head with a bottle, undoubtedly from a disgruntled Raiders fan. Never happens in any other game, just the Raiders. So everyone go to that game, think about safety, keep your thoughts to yourself, even,
be gracious winners. Be a gracious winner.
Yeah. And
I'll be high enough. They'll be throwing the bottles way over top of my head.
I'm just saying, I love the game of football. I really do. And so, as I told you guys before, the wife became a fan of the Chiefs because of me. I didn't tell her what teams to like. She didn't even know what teams were in our division when she started watching football. And we started going to the games of season ticket holders. And she's like, man, who are these the black and gray uniforms? I'm like, they're the Raiders. She's like, man, they're assholes. I did not teach her to dislike any team, but just that fandom, that you experienced made her feel that way. So I'm just saying, be safe, watch your P's and Q's. We're going to kick the shit out of them, and then we'll move on to the next team.
That's right.
Who's next anyway after Raiders? I mean, look.
Buffalo.
Tatanka. Oh, yeah, I'll be at that game.
Yep. Tatanka. I still haven't decided yet, by the way. Golden J.
Hey. We're going to be there. Me and Chico are going to go check out. I'll be resting my butt in that same seat 2 weeks in a row. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm going to be freaking exhausted by the end of October, though. That's all.
Yeah, that's a lot of shit that you have going on there.
Yeah, I'm going to be pretty wiped out. It'll be exciting. All right, gentlemen, this has been some great Chiefs talk. I'm not going to lie. The Bears talk has been a lot of fun. It's always fun to stir the pot, the Nagy pot, just a little bit. Just to see you get a little worked up. You were a little red in the face on that last run there, but
that's because he's like part Irish.
I am more of a Bears fan than I will ever be a Colts fan. So, I always root for the Bears as long as they're not playing the Chiefs. So, best of luck, man. I got some, Phil talks about going to the games. I've actually drank beer on the 50-yard line on the sea, sat there and drank beer. It is an amazing atmosphere, that stadium. It looks smaller when you're inside of it, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
It's so crazy. You just think it's so big when you see it on TV, and then boom, you're standing. It's like, wow, it's really small.
That's what she said.
Yeah, that's what she tells me all the time.
It's small when I'm standing inside of it.
I was in the pool.
Yeah.
The Costanza one, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was in the pool.
Don't they know about shrinkage? Oh, that episode's classic. Sorry,
but I've loved this episode of the Indiana Chiefs fan / Call Guys crossover. You know, it don't get no better than this right here. Was unexpected too. It was a last minute call to bring Vanilla Thunder onto the show. I'm glad you could make it.
Thanks for having me. Continue the success, guys. Keep it up. You both are doing great. So, and Gunner, I guess, since he doesn't. I guess he just doesn't pull his weight around here enough. So,
I know, right? We just got to keep giving him more things to do.
Exactly, we do. So, Gunner. Oh wait, no wait. We got You guys have a thing you guys do at the end of each episode.
We do. We have the to-do list. I love this. So, Chief, what do you got for me this week on the to-do list?
To get the banner signed by Casey Wolf.
Yes. Oh, I need to remember to bring that. I will grab that tomorrow.
How about that for homework?
Yeah, is that your homework?
It's all of our homework.
You're probably in a better seat position to get that accomplished. So,
or Casey Wolf or any former or current player. How about that?
We just need to get it signed by somebody.
So make sure you have a Sharpie with you. I'm sure you always have a Sharpie with you, but make sure you have a Sharpie with you.
So that's my homework.
All right, that's your homework. How about you, Chico?
So Colton can attest to this, and I mean, we went out and did some fall stuff this past weekend. So get out to your local dairy farm or apple orchard or whatever you can do. Go out there and just get some apples, get some pumpkins, go hang out. Support some local business for fall because they're all throwing big things these next couple months. So
I like that. We can bring the granddaughter.
Yeah, there you go.
Vanilla Thunder, you got a to-do list for us?
They get a Bears win.
Just to make it through the weekend with a smile on my face.
Well, here's my to-do list. It's called Woodcrest Farms. It is where me and Chico and the wives spent our weekend in an Airbnb down there in Bedford. Give Jan and Mike a call. That is probably one of the most amazing Airbnbs that I have ever stayed in. I have never been treated like that in an Airbnb. Not only was the refrigerator stocked, eggs, milk, water, the pantry was stocked. She keeps everything up there. There was a snack tray on the counter. Breakfast. She made sure we had what we wanted for breakfast. She gave us a choice of like Danish donuts or cinnamon rolls. She had bought all that, had it there for us. And then we had really good communication with her, and we actually went up and visited with them before we left on Sunday, which was really, really pretty nice. So yeah, it's Woodcrest Farms. I'll have to, if guys hit me up on who, and I'll get you the information for the actual Airbnb. It's a beautiful house in the middle of the rolling hills of Bedford, and we will be talking about that a little bit more on Golden Image Podcast here in the next few weeks.
Wow. Bedford, isn't that where the Flintstones live?
No, Bedford Falls is where George was from.
The old building alone.
No, you had mentioned
he's thinking Colton's got, look at that puzzled look on his face.
He's like, what the hell are Flintstones?
Yeah, Murray. Every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings.
Angel gets his wings.
Yeah. What does you want? You want the moon? I'll just throw a lasso around it. Is it Christmas already? What are we doing here?
Yeah, we're getting way early.
Way early.
I got one question. Question.
Right.
No, go ahead. Wait, Phil, go ahead first.
I don't have anything.
Oh, okay. Colton, you got our socials?
You bet your darn I got our socials.
Wait, I got to make sure I'm prepared here. This is the Indiana Chiefs Fan Podcast.
Thank you for listening to the Indiana Chiefs Fans Podcast. Go ahead, hit the bell, rate and subscribe, like us on the YouTube. Please
find us on the tube.
Find us on the tube.
Find us on the tube.
We are on Facebook. We are on the Gram. We are on TikTok. I got this, Gunner.
You do. You get it. What is our Facebook?
Hey, this is like watching the Bears trying to score a touchdown.
Facebook.com/
Indiana Chiefs fan pod.
Close. IN Chiefs fans pod.
IN Chiefs fans.
You good. What?
Yeah,
what
so
all,
you know, listen to us on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, wherever, Podbean, wherever you get your podcast from, you can get it there. All right, and you know what? You know what we're a part of here at the Indiana Chiefs fans? What are we a part of? The Empire.
Oh, there you go.
We are a part of the Empire.
Dum 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 da dum dum da.
Exactly. That is our fearless leader, the Emperor himself, leading his march to nowhere.
That's right.
So, if you enjoy what the Emperor brings to the table each and every week, and maybe you want something just a little bit different, why don't you check out Golden Image Podcast? Look at that footage. Wow. They are hosted by the Emperor himself and his cyborg CN 1922 and the Skywalker. And you know what they do? Phil, do you know what they do? They do stuff so that way you don't have to go do it.
No.
Or they go do stuff so you want to go do stuff. So
that's awesome.
So that's what they do. And you know what? If you still like those types of shenanigans, give the Call Guys a listen. I heard they're two pretty cool dudes. They like to hang out.
Stuck it, Colton.
Stuck it is all I know. So, I mean, we talk about a lot of movies, music, TV shows. I don't know. We talk about us. We talk about everybody you want to talk about. So
That's true.
if you want something a little bit more laid back and fun, give those guys a shout out. Or, I don't know, if you're a true crime person and you like to have a little bit of wonder, check out the Murdnerds. Okay? I think that one's just done by Ashley and Alicia, right? It's just those two.
Yeah, just those two.
Just those two.
Yeah. They don't count their editor, producer, and anything. So
no, he's nothing. Don't worry about him. Next, the next one.
He's the only one that solves the actual crimes in the actual podcast. But
hey, Jeremy, unless you ask Karen. Who does she keep saying that killed him? Jason?
It was Jason Voorhees. Voorhees.
And then last but not least, but the least of them all, is the United States of Paranormal podcast. It is ran by two teams, one in the great state of Indiana called Team Boogers, and the other is in a place called Texas, ran by Team Tejas. No, they're really good. They just started their Dolltober. I just listened to their first episode. I know it dropped on the first. Really good. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of the content, but I just love listening to those guys talk about what they're talking about, because there's passion, there's knowledge, and there's nothing but fun and shenanigans when they are on. So, it's a really good time. I implore you, go out there, give those guys a listen. And that being said, those are the plugs that the Emperor makes you do when you don't do nothing else other than just sit here and talk. So,
or not talk.
And guys, I want you to know something, so that we're all clear. I did not read that off a script. If you couldn't tell,
sounded scripted to me.
I would just say, if you read that off a script, man, that's a long script.
You should see my scripts. They're long.
Oh,
that's great.
Good job, Colton.
Good job. Good job.
Just because you didn't do them.
I'm thrilled not to do them. You'll notice on this week's Golden Image podcast, I actually do the socials, and I do believe the Skywalker claims Colton does a better job of doing the socials than you do.
There's no way. There's no way.
Yes, he actually says that. Yeah.
Oh wow, I can't wait. I can't wait.
Hey, listen, man. Just so you know, we do banter back and forth a lot, and I love every minute of it. And I am just thrilled that you're on the call, guys, and part of Golden Image and Golden Mojo and all that. So thanks for coming on here and hanging out with us and rolling back and forth. I hope that your 3 minutes in the ring with the Emperor was worth it. 3 minutes. You gotta get a little bone saw. Bone saw is ready.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, go listen to episode 29 of the Call Guys podcast. We talk about the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies.
We do talk about the Raimi.
Yeah, you guys broke into the old Macho Man, and I couldn't help it. I'm in the vehicle driving. Get a little bone saw. Love it.
Oh my.
I did want to give one last shout out before we end, and that's to Tua, that he recovers quickly. There's a lot more emphasis this week on concussions. When I saw that hit, and he got thrown to the ground, it looked really bad. I'm glad that it's just a bad concussion, but me being a fan of the game, seeing someone go down like that, I wish him a speedy recovery.
Yeah, that was Sarah's to-do list. She said make sure to tell everybody to send their thoughts out to Tua. So,
and you totally forgot about it.
I did.
Oh.
Now you have
Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, now you have to tell her Phil covered your homework.
Yeah.
And by the way, congratulations to Gunnar and Sarah on their 1 year anniversary yesterday.
Congrats.
I'm out of beer.
He's out of beer. His 1 year. She's already learned to not give a shit and bring him more beer. So it took a whole year. But
usually I can do this and they just show up in my hand.
But yeah, congratulations, 1 year, man. That's great. Here's to many, 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 many more. Excited. So as we get out of here, I only have one question for you guys. Are you ready?
Bear down.
I don't think that was it.
Oh, my
Hold
bad.
on, Jeremy can ask him one question. Colton,
do you want me to sing the song?
No. Have you
Oh.
been to a Bears game?
I have.
Why in the hell is their only chant they seem to have is there's a flag? What does the audience say? Come on. The audience says where? And then the referee says on the field, and the audience goes, oh, that is the most weirdest chant I've ever seen in my life.
I'll be honest. The last time I was at a game, I sat up where it snowed, and then by the time it hit the field, it was rain.
I never understood that. Every single flag that's on the field, I just wanted to shoot myself by the end of the game.
I mean, the weather was so bad. I don't remember much from that game.
Okay. Never mind then.
My toes froze.
We can move on.
There we go. Lead us off.
Yeah.
Lead us off, Emperor.
All right. One question for you guys. Are you ready?
Yep.
How about those Chiefs? I love the bear.
Good job, Colton. I like that.
Thank you, guys. We'll see you next week. Later.
That was awesome. You know what we need, Jeremy, is we need Colton on and who was the Indian?
Oh, Brandon?
Yeah. We need all